Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about how to make inZOI more fun because I feel like with games like this, sometimes you open your save, look at your Zoe, and you're just like, okay, now what? And honestly, I think the game becomes way more fun when you stop playing randomly and start treating your Zoe's life like an actual story. So, in this video, I'm going to share some tips that help me make my saves feel more alive, more personal, and just a little bit more entertaining. Number 1. Don't just play randomly, give your Zoe a goal. Before you even start, decide what their story is. Maybe your Zoe starts poor and has to build their dream house from nothing. Maybe your Zoe wants to become a best-selling author, but also creating a family. Or maybe your Zoe wants to open a coffee shop, be a criminal, become famous. Honestly, whatever sounds fun to you. But once you have a goal, every little activity feels like it matters. Going to work, meeting people, decorating the house, it all becomes part of the story. So instead of asking, what do I do now? You're asking, what would help my Zoe get closer to their dream? And once you have that goal, the next thing that really helps is giving your Zoe some structure. Which brings us to number 2. Use the schedule system to create a routine. I like to schedule activities every week. I always leave some empty spaces too because I don't want every week to feel exactly the same. And usually on Sunday, I sit down and plan the whole week for my Zoe. So, for example, let's say my Zoe wants to become a best selling author. So, on Monday morning, she goes to the gym. After that, she goes to the library to work on her skills. And then in the afternoon, she visits the park close to where she lives just to socialize a bit and get some fresh air. You see where I'm going, right? It sounds simple, but it honestly makes the game feel so much more alive because your Zoe actually has habits and a rhythm. They're not just floating around the house like, so what now? You know? And once your main Zoe has a routine, another thing that makes the game more fun to me is making the world around them more interesting too. Number 3, create your own world. You can remove some of the existing households and replace them with characters you made yourself. This makes the whole map feel more personal because suddenly the people walking around aren't just random Zoes anymore, they have a story. For example, if you love the TV show Friends, I mean, who doesn't? You could create the characters and place them in the world. You don't even have to play as them, they can just live there in the background. So while you're playing with your main Zoe, you might run into Rachel. That is so much fun. And it doesn't have to be known characters either. You can create your own little lore for the map. Maybe there's a rich family, a messy friend group, a mysterious neighbor. It makes meeting new people way more interesting because they're just not random NPCs anymore. They are part of the world you created. It's such a simple thing, but it makes the game feel more alive. And I recently added the Jonas Brothers, and my Zoe is in love with all of them, and it's so much fun. Number 4, you can make the game more fun by doing challenges. You can do a challenge with the Zoe you're already playing, especially if they already have a certain goal. Or you can start a completely new save and make the whole gameplay about the challenge. For example, you could do an enemies to lover challenge. Yes, I am a reader, obviously. But you can create a storyline where your Zoe has an enemy, someone they really, really don't like, and then slowly, somehow, things start to change. Or you could do something more chaotic, like adding all 3 Jonas Brothers into your world and trying to date all of them. Is it realistic? No. Is it funny? Absolutely. You can also do classic challenges like rags to riches, where your Zoe starts with zero money, no house, and basically nothing. They have to work their way up from the bottom and slowly build a better life. That's a very well known challenge, and it's fun. And then, of course, there's the 100 babies challenge. Whoever decides to do that in inZOI, good luck, like, truly. Number 5 is a small one, but honestly, it makes such a difference. Give every outfit a purpose. Instead of just making random outfits, try creating outfits for different parts of your Zoe's life. It makes them feel more like a real person with an actual routine. And I also love taking pictures of my Zoe, so this makes it even more fun because when I look back at the screenshots, It's nice to see all the different outfits and remember what she was doing at that time. And speaking of giving things more meaning, don't just send your Zoe to work every day, create a career storyline, which is number 6. Another thing that can make inZOI way more fun is turning your Zoe's career into an actual story. Because if you just send them to work every day, it can start to feel a little repetitive. They wake up, they go to work, come home, eat, sleep, and then do it all over again. I mean, it is very realistic, but you know. For example, if your Zoe wants to become a best-selling author, don't just make them write randomly. Build their whole life around that dream. Maybe they go to the library twice a week, write every morning, visit coffee shops for inspiration, and meet new people. You can make an enemy and then write a book about it. You can throw a party after releasing a book. It doesn't have to be boring. Work doesn't have to be boring. And you can always add a little drama to your career life. Maybe they fall in love with someone from work. Maybe they become famous. Maybe they become jealous of a more successful friend. Maybe they have to choose between their career and their relationship. Nothing too dramatic unless you want it to be, of course. Another thing that makes the game better is focusing on friendships, which is number 7. I don't know why, but I love waking up in the game and sending my inZOI best friends a good morning text. It's such a small thing, but it makes the save feel so much more real. Because in real life, friendships are part of your routine too. You check in on friends, you make plans, you send random messages, and I think doing that in the game makes your Zoe feel less lonely and more connected to the world. So if your gameplay feels a little empty, try building actual friendships. Give your Zoe a best friend and a friend group, maybe even a messy friendship where they fight sometimes. I don't know, it adds so much personality to the story. So those are my tips to make inZOI more fun. For me, the biggest thing is just giving your Zoe a life that feels like a story. Give them goals, routines, outfits, drama, friendships, little memories. All of that makes the game feel so much more personal.